Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Christina Darwisha binti Muhammad Riyad. My matrix number is 2021-847-126 and I'm from AS2534C. In this video presentations, I would like to present the bloodless virtual autopsy, which is image-guided virtual autopsy that's using radiography and computed tomography modalities. So we are going to start with the introductions of a virtual autopsy. So what is virtual autopsy? Virtual autopsy is an alternative tool to diagnose the cause of death, WF. It's usually used to solve the mysterious unnatural case. Some religions prohibited to permit autopsies on that body. That's why virtual autopsy to use without to touch the body. Bloodless techniques that not involve any physical surgery. So we don't have to operate the persons who died. It's only using a technology. In this virtual autopsy, we have image guidance autopsies, which consists of internet examinations of dead bodies. First, we have computed tomography, which is CT scans. We have magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. Operations that have been made in this technology is only scanning the body without opening the body parts. It's using maximum intensity projections to reconstruct of 3D view of analyzed cadaver. So we can see the 3D image of a body. We're going to move to the methods of autopsies. We then use CT scan, which is used to detect the unknown body's fractured gas and fluid accumulation, such as blood. So we can see blood circulations in this CT scan. Not only that, it also demonstrates clarifications such as coronary sclerosis, larger vessels easily and can be used in conjunctions with postmortem angiography. So proceed with the MRI, which is magnetic resonance imaging. So a nanotizing imaging modality. It illustrates soft tissue injuries and pathology clearly. It also can examine living victims of assault, such as manual strangulations, which is postmortem biopsy. It used the biopsy gun to obtain sample of organ of interest, heart or specific pathology seen in CT and MRI. It's of collections of tissue and fluid sample that collected from toxicology and microbiology examination, manual sampling, image-guided sampling by using a robot. All the samples are taken using this postmortem biopsy by taking only small sample of the product, of the body parts, not the product, it's a body part. So the third one is 3D photogrammetry based on optical surface scanning. Use a surface scanning unit that produces fringe patterns over the surface. It has two cameras to record, which are 3D image that can reconstruct and calculate it using special software. And it also produces color 3D surface reconstructs obtained by adding digital photography of a surface in different angles. So we can see the real picture of a body part without opening it. So it also obtained in colors. So we don't have to waste our time by opening the part and needling the part again and again. So next we move to the advantages and disadvantages of the virtual autopsy. So the advantages is it provides fast and nano-safe bloodless visualizations or urgent interest without damaging the bodies. It's free from the contamination, so it will not contaminate with any of poison, infections, or any tissues. Next, it's produced detailed 3D records that demonstrate the cause or manner of death with intact tissue, avoid human inventions. 3D forensic facial reconstructions can be made by a virtuopsy technique and can be used for medical legal purposes. So very useful to identify a high damaged body, and it also can store data precisely and detailed. Next we move to the disadvantages. So the advantages of this virtuopsy technique is it cannot provide result on status of infections, texture of tissue and color changes. It also less informative than conventional invasive autopsy as it depends upon radiographics and interpretations. It's high in cost, very sensitive technique, and it requires high skilled radiologists. It also limited feasibility and judiciary acceptance among professionals. of autopsy, which is image guidance autopsy. So identifications of disease. From the CT scan, we're able to identifications because it provides accurate anatomical detailed generative changes or surgical implants of any. It's also can use to the forensic body, describe entry points of objects such as bullet tracks, exit patterns of wound, patterns of a bony fractures, tissue damage. Not only that, it also adjuvates to autopsy, does not occur any physical contact or damaging the tissue to observe findings. It also knows the changes in metabolic order, MRI spectroscopy, new technique that can determine the time of dead body, especially who die in electric shock. And it has comparison of data of the antemortem records and facial reconstructions, forensic facial reconstructions. It can make detailed reconstruction that give more valuable information. Next, we move to the emerging applications of autopsy. So in this, we have a robotic virtual autopsy. It has a multifunctional system that can perform automatic postmortem and 3D scanning image. It also can detect color changes of tissue. So next, we needs to have volume analyzing software. So it gives accurate estimations of mass of internal organs. Next, we needs to have postmortem angiography, which can help to visualize of cardiovascular system, as included the infusions of contrast medium with aids of parallelistic and contrast medium. As the conclusions, we know that autopsy using maxillofacial imaging that show is and new developed tools that can help forensic identifications and reconstructions. This review concludes that the autopsy is one of the initiatives that favor the future of forensic investigations and helpful to medicology cases. So this is the reference where I take this review from. And that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Sekian, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.